Okay. So we're going to begin with the music while I speak just a tad. One of the things that's been requested is that we do a guided meditation. So today we're going to compromise and sort of begin in a guided way. And then we'll let go and simply meditate. So, why do we meditate? Why? What's the point, right? Happiness. Happiness is number one reason that we meditate. Then, stress. It's the most effective way to manage stress, right? Meditation is a progressive quieting of the mind. And since stress is the number one epidemic of our civilization, we need to counteract that. And the best way is through meditation. When you're stressed, you don't sleep well. Relationships and physical well-being is compromised. Blood pressure goes up. Heart rate speeds up. Immune systems get compromised. So the number one reason? Stress. And improved physical and mental health, emotional well-being. These are all through meditating. Meditation opens the door to happiness, creativity, kindness, love, compassion, joy, and peace. The focus, a yantra, a mantra, or any specific focus is like a cab ride. We're going to be putting up a picture here in just a moment for you to focus on. But back to the cab ride. The cab gets you from point A to point B, and when you get to point B, you let the cab go. So focus is a vehicle to let go of when you calm your mind and you simply begin to meditate, watching and observing your thoughts as they float by like clouds in the sky. So as we begin to meditate, sit up straight. You can look at the picture that we're going to have on in a moment. Just look at the horizon. Just sit there as a gaze. And remember that as a group of like-minded, connected souls, as a business tribe here in the SFNWA, the goal is to move forward in like-minded ways, support and lift one another to be our best, highest, and most creative self. That is the idea. So when we begin, I'd like you to try something new today. If your eyes are open, if you choose to have them open, look at the horizon. And put a smile on your face for the first call. Today's focus is happiness. So smile for the first 4 or 5 minutes. And you will begin to understand the happiness that meditation can bring. Okay, Randy, go ahead and put up the picture, and we'll begin to meditate. Namaste. Thank you all for being with us today. Start to breathe a little deeply and waking yourself up from the meditation. We'll be posting the recording later today. And again, moving forward as a like-minded group of souls is the idea here. And I hope that these meditations serve all of you and that you're able to use them anytime. Meditating twice a day is best. In the morning and at sunset are the best times. First thing when you rise, and at sunset in the evening before dinner. Empty stomach is best. Thanks again. We'll look forward to seeing you next week. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Take care. Bye-bye.